Thank you, Andy. If you're new to the gym or returning after a long break, maybe you're taking a break over December and looking ahead to 2016, there might be some equipment you don't really know how to use, but that shouldn't stop you from learning how to. And our resident fitness coach, Rich Hesketh, here to remove the intimidation. Good morning. I'm sweating already. And some pieces of equipment. So I'm holding the lightest kettlebell here, and this is what we're going to work with first.
Yeah, and again, this is a tool that some people get a little intimidated by, and quite frankly, it's really an extension of a dumbbell.
Okay.
Is what it is. It comes from old school Russian training, where the old Russians used to throw these things around.
Right.
But you don't necessarily have to use the really big ones. And I think what people get intimidated by is the big ones lying on the floor or on the rack. Light ones are just as good. And again, through using different grips, you can change what you're trying to do with it. So you can hold it as a hanging and do a row this way, which would be exactly the same as what you would do with dumbbells.
Right.
You can do it in a standing position as well. You can start becoming dynamic and using your legs and start using connection to the ground with it.
Yeah.
And then if you want to add something a little bit different, you can hold it in this position, which is called a goblet squat, where you hold it, your hands in here, and you can do it as a squat position in good posture, good upright posture being here, or in a goblet doing a lunge as well.
A little bit more stable.
A little more stable, but as you raise the weight, increase your higher center of gravity, makes you a little less stable.
Okay.
In that light too, instead of this kind of grip, or you've seen this kind of grip for doing an overhead press, which is not too bad.
Nope.
Flip it over to go bottoms up. Now all of a sudden it's really wobbly. Yeah, so you don't need to use as much weight to get just as much out of doing the same exercise as you would here or with the dumbbell in your hand.
Got it.
So with that, it's actually more safe for your joints with a little bit lighter weight because you're a little less stable and you're just going to get just as strong.
And you don't recommend that people see the kettlebell swing.
Yeah.
That's an advanced exercise.
It's an advanced, and it's something that you need to work on in your postures, because for the most part, if you're taking it through an RDL or a stiff-legged position, hip thrust, or if you're doing it as a squat thrust, if you're not holding good posture, you're in huge trouble.
You're going to hurt your back.
Yeah, so work on your postures in the static positions first before you even get close to getting into the swings.
Okay, got it. That goblet hold looks different for a lot of people this time of year.
Yeah.
Let's put the kettlebells down and move on to the TRX.
TRX, again, is another one. They're running classes now, and again, this was adapted from military training. A guy who's in the military set it up, and they were just using not as advanced as this, but certainly just hanging things and doing all kinds of work with your own body weight. Body weight, your body will respond really quickly to, and it's something you can do on a regular basis.
Okay.
So if you want to do something for your back, you can take it as a slightly unadvanced level, just like I was doing at the beginning.
Right.
You don't have to lie down as far back. You can come back here, keep your shoulders down, and pull and do like you're doing a pull-up.
Right.
And as you get stronger, you can move yourself further down.
Okay.
And come from here.
So this allows you to work a different range of motion than you would just lifting straight weights.
That's correct.
Yeah, and instability as well.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with your legs. You can get assistance. If you're working on leg strength for skiing or hockey or whatever,
this is a good one.
You can do a pistol squat where you may not be able to do it just with your body weight. You can get assistance from your hands to come down into a squat and then come back up again.
That looks really hard.
And you can help with your arms. You use as much as you need for your arms.
Right.
So you can get your reps in and be in a good posture while you do it.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. And let's take things to the finish.
So the last thing you'll see, and generally it's something that people will do at the end, and quite often I'll recommend foam rolling or rolling on a ball at the beginning of a workout to release fascia. A lot of people you'll see hopping on their foam rolls, and they'll roll on it like they're rolling pin back and forth quickly, kind of covering a couple of things, kind of doing a couple of things here and there.
You've seen me work out, Rich.
Well, yeah. The idea with foam rolling is to take through a slow range, go through the sticky points, and find the parts that are sore or stiff. Same thing, the least favorite of anyone is probably their IT bands, where you start on the top, at the end of your knee, and slide yourself as far down as you can, but there's a couple of sticky points there.
The juicy part.
You find what hurts and stay on it. You
and
can
how
do
long
any
would
body
you
part.
hold that?
You should roll through a length in about 30 seconds. It should be that slow and that controlled. And you're going to find parts that are stiffer than others. The idea about rolling is the muscle is covered with a fascia, which is like a sleeve. And if it's tight and holding on to the muscle, you don't get releases. So This doesn't substitute stretching. It doesn't substitute the lengthening of the muscle, but what it does is loosen the fascia up so it can move a little more freely.
Wow, so much information. Thank you, Rich, as always. A wealth of knowledge. Happy holidays to you.
Yes, you too.
I hope
Thank
you
you
indulge a little bit on your holidays.
Probably will.
Well, a small amount of carb loading.